All right, so that right there is the house I grew up in. Lived there until I lived there until I got married. And I think my parents moved out of there in around between 1998 and 2000. But this is the road I grew up on. I had a friend that lived in that house right there, and a friend that lived in that house. And then I had some that lived on down, but this is the road. And this down here, that used to be a convenience store. That was a convenience store right there. And then I remember, see if I can get on down the road. I remember when they built that bowling alley right there. That's Bayou Bowl. I don't know if I can go in there. No. But yeah, that's the bowling alley. I remember when they built that. And this right here, let me see if I can get out of here so you can see it better. This is where I went to elementary school right here and junior high. It's now Jack Hayes Elementary School, but this part right here, this section right here was the elementary school, and this part over here was the junior high. That's the elementary over there and the junior high. And I don't even know if they still have it, but that right there was the football field. See the big stands we had there. And I had a bunch of friends that lived over here. I rode my bike from where I lived over to here. This is called Town and Country. My cousin, he lived back over there some. Yeah. But that's where I went to elementary and junior high. And let's see, I don't know if the buildings, I know it's not there anymore. It's not the same building. I think they tore it down and rebuilt it. But right here was a building, and they tore it down and built this. But this is where I went to kindergarten. That over there where I went to elementary and junior high, that was 1st through 8th grade. This right here was kindergarten. It was called the Little Red Schoolhouse. I remember that. And this is where I went to high school. This is Ouachita Parish High School. Right there. I'm sure we can't. I'm sure this thing won't let me go in there. Be something if it did. Yeah, it won't. But anyway, yeah, that's where I went to high school. There's an entrance down there that you can get to the parking lot. And then it's the same on the other end as it is here. But that's where we would drive all the way down that to get, excuse me. That's what we would drive down to get down there. It looks like they did these pictures and stuff when it snowed. I see a little white over there. Looks like there might be a little snow on the ground. But yeah, this is close to the interstate. Mojo Outdoors, that was not there. They just recently built that, and that was not built over there. That whatever that is, I have no idea what that is. Let's see if we can get closer and see. That's Graphic Packaging. They moved out here. Huh, I did not know that. That's a pretty big company. I know some people that actually work there. Two of my nephews work there. But oh wow, look at this, how much this has changed since I was here. Oh my gosh, they tore it down. That was the GM plant right there, where all that stuff is. And I remember when they first built that high school, I went 2 years to the old high school and 2 years to the new high school. And when we moved over my junior year, we had to come practice out in this field right here. I remember that. Now that store's always been there, and you see where that, I don't know if you can see that 18-wheeler down there, but that's the interstate runs right over there. You got Sam's is back over there, the mall's back over there. But yeah, that's where I went to high school, back over there my junior and senior year. All right. So this, let me step back here. This is the junior high. Picture's kind of fuzzy, but this is the junior high. That's the football stadium. I went here to high school my freshman and sophomore year. I did not go to junior high here. Well, I showed you where I went to junior high. Yeah, I think we can see a little bit better here. Here we go. Yeah, there's the junior high. That's the side of the school. And let's see. Yeah, there's the front of the school right there. This is where we always came in. But yeah, that was the high school. It's the junior high now. And funny thing is, back then, when this was the high school, right there in front, you go down this, right there to the right, they had a dipping and smoking area. You could actually dip and smoke at high school back then. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Just kind of where I went to school and grew up. So yeah, that's that. All right.